Hey guys, welcome to Sixes Overdrive. Today we're going to be talking about how to set up a motorcycle channel and what you should do for audio and video setups in all different types of situations. It's going to be a two-part video. So today we're going to be talking about motovlogging and how to set that up. On the next video, we're going to be talking about the interview process, which is what I'm doing right here, where you can have an instructional video or a review. All right, so it's two parts. First part, motovlogging, coming right up after the music. Let's go. Hey guys, welcome back. So, where are we going to start with this, all right? I think most of you have got the motovlogging down pat, but there might be a newbie out there that wants to know what he should do for a setup. Should we start with the easiest first? All right then. The easiest way you can start your motovlogging is go out and blow a bunch of money, get a top-of-the-line GoPro and a top-of-the-line Cena headset, buy the Bluetooth back for it, bada bing, bada boom. You got perfect audio and video set up right away. You can put that sucker on your helmet. Let's talk about the different mounts, right? So that's obviously the easiest way to do it. You can mount your video on your helmet on the side. Either side works, whatever you like. It's all personal preference. I'm not going to get into telling you what to do. If you guys want to comment about why you like it a certain way, go ahead. If you do this, you're going to get a little bit of helmet in the background, in the sides, right in here. You're going to see this. And then you'll get a lot on the ditch, or, you know, if you're from the other side of the world and you drive on the other side of the road, you're going to get a lot of the traffic coming at you. This side, of course, just opposite of what I talked about in the last one. You can mount it up on here. That's fairly popular with the motocross riders. They like their helmet up here. Be warned, when you do mount these on the sides and the top, it's going to strain your neck a little bit, okay? So anything on the helmet, except for right out in the front, usually strains your neck a bit, all right? Right out in the front is kind of neat, but it really gives a real floaty look to it. And it's hard on a lot of helmets to mount to the front of the helmet because there's vents and stuff there. So you got to be careful in what you do for buying a helmet too. You know, if there's nowhere to mount your camera on your new helmet and you want a motovlog, you're going to have to find a way. Now, the last thing I'm going to talk about is the chesty. Boom, right there. It's a harness from GoPro, and you can put your GoPro right on there, mount it up. There you go. You're set up. Now, this view is kind of neat because it gives a lot of handlebars. If you've got it right, it gives a look of your bike because your bike's part of your personality on your channel. So that gives a look at a bike. And I'm getting one of these chesties soon because what I want to do, I do a lot of bike reviews. So I'd like people to see the layout of the cockpit on the bike and still be able to see where we're driving. I'm going to try it out. Maybe I won't like it. I've seen it on other bikes. I like that idea. So I'm going to try that out here soon. But usually I'm running right here, which gives me a good view of the handlebars and the dash and gives me a great panoramic view of everything. So that's the way. Cena also makes a camera that goes with their own Bluetooth headset. So that's cool. I don't do it that way. I didn't spend that much money. When I first started motovlogging, I started out with a Wasp Action Cam. I think it's called a 9000. And it was only $200. And it did the job just fine. It could do 1080 and 30 frames per second. Most of the time I've recorded 720 and 60 frames per second just because if I need to get a slow motion shot, 60 frames per second works out nice. Now with my GoPro, I usually record in 1080 at 30 or 60 depending on what I'm doing. If I've got this set up on a tripod and I'm recording stuff that way, then I'll do it in the 60 frames per second. But if I'm just driving down the road, usually it's 30 frames per second. It greatly saves on your upload times onto YouTube. Okay, now I do my audio different. As you can see, I've got a lav mic here. I've also got a Zoom H1. My lav mic is the Audio Technica ATR 3350. All right, that's a very common, it's almost an industry standard if you're going this way. Now, most people put those into their GoPros or whatever, Drift or whatever you got. I don't care what camera you use. They're all great cameras, Sony, whatever. Just get out and do it. But the problem is if you have one of these lav mics and you're not using Bluetooth, even when you do use Bluetooth, you need a special back. These things all make your camera susceptible to water damage and stuff. Your waterproof housing is your strongest housing in case of an accident, and it's also the best for rain or any kind of cloudy conditions where it might rain. You don't want to be drilling a hole in the side of this thing or buying a skeleton case for extra money. So what I do, because I use this as well, I can put this out in between two guys when I'm doing an interview, and it picks up all the audio, and it does it without a lot of wind noise. And this is a Zoom H1. So I plug into this. That also gives me a low pass filter or a low cut filter, which eliminates wind noise. And it also gives me an auto leveling so that as the wind noise is coming back, it keeps the levels normal. So I don't have a bunch of work in editing and I don't have a bunch of distorted voices. So that's a pretty good way to do it, guys. That's my recommendation, but you don't have to do it that way. You can just plug it directly into one of these. All right? So that's all you need to know, really, to set up your helmet cam or your chesty cam. You get an audio, either you're going to use a lav mic like this. Oh, I forgot to say one thing. You're going to need extra soundproofing if you put it in front of your mouth. Quite a bit of extra foam. I do a double layer. I use, this comes with a little sound muff on it, and then I wrapped it again in another sound muff. But it doesn't muffle your voice. A lot of other people will take these mics and they'll stuff them up into the cheek pad of their helmet. That works pretty good too. It's not quite where your mouth is. If you're a real clear talker, that's excellent. My voice naturally is a little bit more muddy, at least I think it is, so I like to have it right in front of my mouth where I'm enunciating really well. That's all I really got to say about this. Next video I'm going to cover, guys, is where some of the guys that have these motorcycle channels are having a little more trouble, and they keep asking how I get such gorgeous pictures out of this interview style, where the eyes are popping and I got good lighting and all this. What do you use for a lighting setup? All that kind of stuff. I'm going to tell you right now, this is just the first clue to get you to subscribe so that you get this next video on Thursday. The first trick, guys, is to not use one of these. And as you can see, I don't use the same camera for my interviews as I do for my motovlogging, because they're two different tools, these two cameras. So, there's a difference on what I look like in the Hero GoPro 3 Plus, 30 frames per second, 1080p. And then you look at this one here, and the difference is pretty staggering at how nice of a background and everything I have in this one. That's the one tip I'm giving you. I'm going to give you a whole bunch more on the next video. So subscribe, comment, like, and share, and we'll get back to you on Thursday with a video on how to do interviews, product reviews, first-person shooting on your YouTube videos. Till next time, guys, this is Six's Overdrive saying bye-bye.